It's been very interesting what's happened so far during the course of this campaign. We've been, the first couple of weeks have been remarkable. Patty Murray had 10,000 people on our Facebook fan page when we announced, and we passed her in 48 hours. We doubled that in 6 days. We're number 3 in the nation behind Marco Rubio and Rand Paul right now. And they've been at it a while. We've been at it a couple of weeks.
Have you been promised a chunk of money from the Senate campaign committee?
No, I haven't been promised a chunk of money. That's one of those things that's kind of interesting how these rumors start. When I went back there, what I was really trying to find out is if they were actually going to have enough courage to put the fiscal trains back on the tracks if they got the majority. Because honestly, it was Republicans and Democrats alike with using their measurement of a good senator, which was how much pork you could bring home to your state. That's been bankrupting America, and I didn't have confidence at that point in time that they really were going to be the authentic fiscal conservatives that we need right now. And so when I left D.C., that's really one of the two main questions. The other one was, what would this be like for my family if I were to run, and we are going to run and win? And I asked a number of senators that question, and everybody gave me a different answer. And so it led me to believe there isn't one right answer for your family.
Tell me what distinguishes you.
Well, actually, I'm running for a position to be a U.S. Senator. There happens to be someone sitting in that spot. I'm not running against the other 8 people or so that have filed so far.
You think you're not running against people?
I am running. It's top 2 primary. And there isn't a Republican primary or Democrat primary anymore. And I'm running to be a United States Senator. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to compare and contrast what the incumbent has done with what we want to do. So whatever, and we have some other candidates, are great people I've met, think very highly of them. And but I understand what I need to do here and how I need to do it. And
what do you think about Sarah Palin's endorsement of Didier?
Well, I mean, that's good for him. I'm sure he welcomes that, and she endorsed him, a couple weeks before I got in the race, and I know her uncle lives in Tri-Cities and is a supporter of Clint, and that's just fine.
Do you wish that you had gotten her endorsement?
Well, I'm not actually asking for any endorsements from people. We're running around running a grassroots campaign. You don't really need a whole lot of endorsements when you run a grassroots campaign. That's how I won my state Senate seat, was just going door to door and working the grassroots effort. I was outspent when I won my state Senate seats, and it's not all about money. Back to your question, Kathy, not all about money. I will be outspent in this race. That's okay. We have a very simple message to deliver. Our country's in trouble.
I asked you there about the Arizona law, and you said you've read it, but I didn't hear you say whether you support it or not. Do you support that law?
Well, I've been very, very clear about the reaction, the complete failure of the federal policy. Arizona can do what Arizona is going to do. They have different reality than other states do. My point is that we actually need to have a physical barrier. Before we start doing other things, we need to have a physical barrier, a tall fence with a high gate, and that is really one of the keys, because we have to allow legal immigration into this state. It's what's made America great, is legal immigration. And but I'm not going to get off in the weeds on other issues. So this is really about what's happening in America and the potential fiscal calamity that's ahead.
Just a quick follow-up, though. Could we construe your comment to mean that you think there should be a path to citizenship for people who are here right now?
Not amnesty. First off, not amnesty, number one. But number two is the first thing we have to do is a physical barrier. We had a woman that was raped. We had a person that was killed by an illegal immigrant who had been deported on numerous occasions. Put across the border, walk back. Put across the border, walk back. If we don't have a physical barrier, that's why the first thing we have to do. It's kind of like being out in the middle of a lake in a rowboat and you got a hole in the bottom. First thing you got to do is stop the water from coming in. And that's step one. I haven't heard a good solution for the people that are currently here. I haven't heard one yet that makes sense.
12 million people. They can all be rounded up and be deported.
That was a crime
that?
that occurred here in Washington, you're saying? The example of the rape?
There was one and a rape that was in the newspaper.
Recently? I'm just curious
I'm not sure
which
what the date was.
incident you're
I'm
referring
not sure
to.
what the date was.
We've got time for one more.
You kind of said, I believe every soul has a value, but are you resisting saying that you're pro-life, or do you label yourself pro-life?
Well, I think I've been very clear when I look at the TV camera and just say it's not an issue I run on, but it's something that as I told you before, that every soul has a value, which is why I fought so hard in the budget for the people who are mentally ill, people with developmental disabilities, people in nursing homes, because I believe that, and it's an issue of conscience, no matter which side you're on.
But as that relates to whether a woman has the right to have an abortion,
Which side are you on, in other words?
Well, I think I'm very clear. Every soul has a value. I would always, if I'm going to make a judgment, I'm going to make a judgment on the side of protecting life.
So you're
And
pro-life rather than pro-choice?
Always have protected life, and I will.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.